For decades, scientists warned the world that climate change was not a distant threat, but an approaching reality. Reports were published, international conferences were held. Graphs showed rising temperatures and melting ice, yet despite clear evidence, the response remained slow, divided, and often delayed. Today, the cost of ignoring those warnings is no longer hidden. It is unfolding across continents, affecting economies, governments, and millions of lives. Climate warnings did not emerge suddenly. As early as the late 20th century, researchers identified clear patterns: global temperatures rising, glaciers shrinking, sea levels creeping upward, and weather becoming more extreme. These were not predictions made in uncertainty. They were conclusions drawn from decades of scientific observation and data. Still, many leaders treated climate change as a future problem. Policies were postponed, targets were softened, economic growth was prioritized over environmental stability. The assumption was that technology or future governments would eventually fix the issue. But climate change does not wait for political convenience. The most visible cost today is extreme weather. Floods are no longer rare disasters. They are regular events shutting down cities, destroying infrastructure, and displacing communities. Wildfires now burn longer, spread faster, and consume entire towns within hours. Heat waves are breaking records every year, overwhelming hospitals and power grids, and turning once habitable regions into danger zones. These disasters carry an enormous economic price. Governments are spending billions on emergency relief, rebuilding roads, restoring power, and supporting displaced populations. Insurance companies are withdrawing from high-risk regions, leaving homeowners without protection. Entire local economies collapse after repeated climate disasters, pushing people into long-term poverty. But the true cost goes beyond money. Climate change has become a humanitarian crisis. Families are losing homes not because of war, but because their environment can no longer sustain them. Farmers are watching crops fail year after year due to droughts and unpredictable rainfall. Coastal communities are slowly disappearing as rising seas claim land that generations depended on. This has triggered a silent global movement: climate migration. Millions of people are being forced to relocate, not by choice, but by necessity. As water sources dry up and temperatures rise, people move toward cities and across borders, placing immense pressure on urban systems and political structures. Unlike traditional refugee crises, climate migration often happens gradually, making it harder to track and even harder to manage. The political consequences are already visible. Competition for resources is increasing. Social tensions are rising. Governments are struggling to balance national interests with global responsibility. Climate change is no longer just an environmental issue. It is reshaping global stability. So why was action delayed for so long? One reason is complexity. Climate change requires coordinated global action, long-term planning, and immediate sacrifices for future benefits. It challenges powerful industries and demands changes in how societies consume energy, food, and resources. In a world driven by short election cycles and instant economic returns, long-term climate action was repeatedly pushed aside. Another reason is perception. Climate change often appeared slow and distant. Unlike sudden conflicts or financial crashes, its damage accumulated quietly until it reached a point where it could no longer be ignored. Now, the consequences are accelerating faster than solutions. Scientists warn that each year of delay increases future costs, financially, socially, and politically. Preventive action is always cheaper than disaster recovery, yet much of the world continues to react rather than prepare. The hidden cost of ignoring climate warnings is not only the damage we see today, but the opportunities we lost to prevent it. Every delayed decision added weight to the crisis. Every ignored report made the future more fragile. Climate change did not arrive without warning. It arrived because those warnings were ignored. And unless lessons are learned quickly, the price the world pays tomorrow will be far higher than the cost we face today.